Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Courtney Chandler, Toney Milford. We here for CNT Talking Tigers. You know, we usually come out, a little excited, but we had, a rough weekend this past weekend. So me and Toney a little down right now. I put my hood up because, that's how I'm feeling right now. I feel, I don't know. It's just, the game we experienced last week. It was so many things that we're gonna talk about, but definitely a missed opportunity. But yeah, we still a little hurt over here. We still a little hurt over here. Toney, how you holding up, man?
Man, that was a tough one, man. That was a tough one to swallow because I felt like we had a golden opportunity to get a big road win, a big statement win in front of the nation, and we played good. We played well. We played well enough to win. We didn't execute well enough to win. We played well enough to win. We didn't execute well enough to win. Yeah. We had a lot of mental breakdowns. It was rough, but we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah. Do us a favor, everybody. Make sure that you go and subscribe to our channel. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my hood down a little bit.
There go Running Brown.
Yeah, I'm Running Brown today. Yeah. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the channel. CNT Talking Tigers on YouTube, and then also make sure you follow us on Twitter and on Facebook, and also on Instagram. CT Talking Tigers.
Coming to Facebook soon. That's right. We're coming to Facebook very, very soon. So hey, make sure y'all do that. It help us out. Make sure you also leave us a comment. We definitely want to hear back from you all, especially from this past week game. We just want to hear if you got frustration. You feel the same way we feeling about how it's a missed opportunity. Please express it to us because we gonna definitely break it down and talk about it. But today we gonna do a little something different. We call this 4 down. So what we gonna do is I'm gonna have 2 questions. Toney gonna have 2 questions about the game, and we're gonna break it down that way. So yeah, the game, we went to Happy Valley Saturday, 100,000 plus, the whiteout, man. It was rocking. It was everything that they said. That was college football at its finest.
Yeah, at its finest. You saw little specks of orange every now and then, but it was completely white.
I'm gonna tell you this, we didn't wear the black socks and the black shoe like I wanted, but them white face masks, them things was fire.
Them things was cold.
Them white face masks was fire, boy. Woo! I looked at it, I said, when they came, I said, oh, look at them boy. Them white face masks, boy, you gotta shake it up a little bit. I like that. That all white, boy. We was icy, boy. We was Gucci Mane Jesus, so icy.
They came out. Boy. They came out fresh. They came. The boys fresh. Came out fresh. But it was everything that we had expected. Everything that everybody talked about the whiteout. Like you said, college football at its best. But we just didn't. The sad part about it, we just didn't come out with the win.
Come out with the win, man.
Yeah,
we played hard, man. I was pleased with certain aspects of the game. I was a little disappointed in some things, but as a new staff, hostile environment, we can get a chance to maybe learn from that and know what to do and what not to do moving forward. Right. I was not a big fan of some of the play calling going on in this game.
And that was gonna be my first question for you. What was your response?
First down, then. Let's get your first down, then, Courtney. Go ahead. What's your first down? Let's. I don't want to mess you up.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, man. What the play calling? Yeah, that was definitely questionable. So let's talk about it. For you, how was the play calling? Because I know for me, there was a lot of questionable calls.
I'm not a big time college football coach, so I know, of course they might know more than me, but the little football that I do know from playing as a kid all the way up through high school, all the way into college, refereeing from
little league all the way up to some college football. I've seen a lot of football in my time. I've seen a lot of down and distance situations. I've seen a lot of scripted game plans. I've seen a lot of different coaches do things different ways. But from what I saw Saturday, man, I was disappointed in how much we threw the ball. We threw the ball 37 times, I believe.
Yep.
And we were not completing them at a high clip. I wasn't thrilled with the fourth and goal play call. We went for it. That pass to Kobe Hutt. I wasn't a fan of that play call. I wasn't a fan of the Kobe Hutt.
Especially with Tank wide open.
I wasn't a fan of the opening play coming out of halftime where Kobe fumbled. That looked like some Gus Malzahn bush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was not that turned, as you say, that turned the game around. I wasn't a fan of the timeout with the clock running down. What was that, 3rd and goal or 4th and goal for them? I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah. Another weird play.
There was some questionable things, man, but I felt like Jaquez Hunter should have got more than 9 carries because he was averaging 7 yards. 7 yards
a pop.
Tank was 23 for 100, so he was rolling. He could have easily had 30 carries. Jaquez could have easily had 15 to 17 carries. We could have really turned that game around with some more balanced play caller. I think we should have read about a lot more, man. On the road, I said it. I think I said it on last week's show in our preview. Run game and defense travels well because because in a hostile environment, you don't have to worry about the checks. You don't have to worry about making calls. If the offensive line slide this protection, wide receivers hit the audibles and the hot route. You don't have to worry about that. Turn around and hand that thing off and let your boys do their thing.
Right.
So, and I was also impressed with our offensive line play. We didn't give up any sacks, so that was a big thing. But play call, man, I think play call left a lot to be desired Saturday.
Exactly. Yeah, it is. You know, it was just a lot of missed calls and missed opportunities. I'm with you. The timeout was just real questionable. Also, another timeout that was questionable to me was the goal line timeout. I think right when Penn State scored their final touchdown, right before Jacoby got, tossed out the game. We'll talk about that too.
That was whack as hell too.
Yeah, that was whack.
That was whack.
But the timeout that they called when Penn State play clock was running down, I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, they about to have a delay game. They were like at 2 or 3 seconds, and we call a timeout, so we give them more time. I said, what is Auburn doing? So
I wasn't impressed with that, man. They lost me a little bit on that.
Yeah, it's just a lot of miscues. Of course, the throw to Kobe. I see what they were trying to do, but
because he definitely didn't lead with his helmet. He turned his shoulder to the man. The man was reaching out for the goal line. So you calling him a defense? How is he defenseless when he's trying to score? So what was Jacoby supposed to do? Just let him score? Like that was bad. That was bad.
I was talking about the goal line with Bo. That final. Yeah. I kind of see what he was trying to do, but it was a bad execution, and especially when you had a wide open player at Tank, it was like,
Bo didn't have a very good game, man. He left some throws out there. That was rough, man. That was rough. So we're basically on the same page when it comes to play calling. I'm gonna ask you this. What did you think about the defense's performance?
I think the defense, the first quarter, they came out hype. They came out, really excited. That first half, I was really pleased because they kind of played well,
But the thing about the defense that made me really upset is because they gave up really big plays. If you look at Sean Clifford's stats, he had, and I had it wrote down here, he went 28 for 32, 280 yards. He averaged 8.8 yards per pass. So that means he was getting the first down every time he almost threw the ball.
The man completed 87.5% of his passes.
Yes.
We didn't get any sacks. We had a little pressure. We didn't sack him. I was impressed with the run defense. Like, we shut Noah Kane down. He had 19 carries for 45 yards. But Clifford was executing at a high clip. Dotson had 10 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. Yep. The tight ends were killing us. Smoke
straight down the field.
Smoke Monday was a liability Saturday. Mm-hmm. Smoke Monday, one drive we had, I think Smoke Monday had 3 mental mistakes that led to Penn State having big plays just running down the field. He running to the outside, covering the receiver, leaving the tight end wide open down the field in the end zone when they scored. Guess who vacated their zone so to come up and play a man that was at the goal line who already had somebody covering him. Guess who was out of position again? Smoke Monday. Smoke Monday had a horrible game Saturday. You never want to call anybody out. It's a team effort, true indeed. But if Smoke Monday, who's been at Auburn for at least 4 or 5 years,
right?
He's played a lot of football. I expected way more from Smoke Monday in that position. If Smoke Monday plays his position and plays to his capabilities Saturday, we probably win that game because their tight ends were eating us up, and it was right down the seam. And Smoke Monday was never anywhere to be found. Smoke Monday deserves a lot of blame. I hate to say it. You know, I want to just put it on one guy, but I ain't putting the whole loss on Smoke. But Smoke had a big hand in that, man.
Yeah, he did. And like you said, the tight ends, I mean, they were just open. And I was like, just wide open. I'm like, I know for a fact, you know, Smoke is out here and like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you letting them get wide open, you letting them get yards down the field. And, you know, that second drive, I think they held the ball for almost 7 minutes and got down the field 91 yards. I'm like, y'all making Sean Clifford look like a Heisman candidate when I know he ain't that great of a quarterback.
I didn't see enough pressure. I don't feel like we brought enough pressure.
We did.
I didn't feel like we brought enough pressure. I think we played a little too passive, but all in all, like I said, we played well enough to win, but it was just some things here and there. But as a staff, you know what I'm saying, we'll grow. That was our first big time game on a tough environment. So the staff has time to come together and fix those things. The players got time to get better. It was just I feel like we should have won. We had everything right there in front of us to win that game, man. We got to get better quarterback play. Offensive line opened up holes, like I said, Tanking and Hunter, Jacquez Hunter, excuse me. They were running. Tank was over 4.5 yards a carry. Like I said, Hunter was averaging 7 yards a carry. Bo didn't get sacked one time Saturday. So the offensive line is gelling. They're gelling. That 5 that they put in there with Council and Keandre Jones locking them in at guard, it looked like that solidified the line. I'm impressed with the line moving forward. But man, our defense, we didn't get enough pressure on the quarterback.
We did not.
And we didn't get very good play out of our safety, man. I was disappointed in that. So
yeah.
Next question's on you, man.
Yes, sir. I know you talked about just a little bit earlier about Bo, and I've been watching a lot of different message boards, a lot of people on Twitter, just talking about his play, and a lot of people said, you know, Bo was one of the main reasons we lost the game. So I'm gonna ask you this: Can we put it all on Bo this time? Because that seemed like that's the common theme. Everybody wanted to put it all on Bo.
I say this: Tank had over 100 yards. Jacquez averaged 7 yards a carry. Offensive line gave up 0 sacks. What else is there to point at on offense? If your running game, Tank had 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. 4.5 yards a carry. Your backup was averaging 7 yards a carry. Even when Bo ran, he ran 5 yards a carry.
Right.
So your offensive line was opening holes for the run game. Your quarterback was sacked 0 times. Offensively, where else is there for you to point your finger other than the play calling and the execution of the play call? That goes back to that, man. It's either Bo or Bobo. Either way it goes, there's some Bo involved. Bobo didn't call the best game. We threw it a lot, threw it more than I would have liked to, but we put the ball in the hands of a third-year quarterback who's been the starter for every game since he's been there. He has not started a game that Auburn's lined up to play football. He has started every single one of them, and we put the ball in his hands, and he didn't get it done. The games like that, your quarterback got to win for you. The offensive line played well. Defense played well enough to win. Your quarterback got to bring you through on some of the, your quarterback got to bring you through, man. Quarterback got to bring you through.
Man, you know what? At first I had a different opinion about that because I honestly I thought he played he managed the game well enough to get the win. But now when what you said, it does make a lot of sense. You know, he is a third-year quarterback. You know, he's been in environments like this before, you know, and when you break it down like that, it's like, yeah, you're right. I mean, hey, when it's come down to you gotta execute, you know, even whatever play you had, you gotta execute it.
He threw it 37 times, man. He only completed maybe 17, 18 passes. It was under 60%. It was 21 for 30.
21, 37, yeah.
It was under 60%, right up under 60%. It's college football, man. You got to complete 65% or better every time, every week. Big time quarterbacks in college football got to be in the 66, 68 to 70 plus, 68 plus range to be a great college football quarterback. You can't be out here 58%, barely cracking 6% and expect to win big games on the road the way we had it Saturday. So, another performance like that at LSU, I don't want. Bo got to redeem himself at LSU.
Yes, definitely.
I won't be impressed with anything he does against Georgia State because it's Georgia State. Show me what you can do against quality football opponents, and then I'll pat you on the back because you smoked Akron. You was all right against Alabama State, but then you came out here against Penn State and you weren't as thorough as I'd like to see. So I'm not high on Bo right now. I'm not high on Bo right now.
I will say this.
Disappointed.
I will say this about him. He did he didn't make those Malzahn mistakes. I will give him that.
He didn't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And he ran the ball well, but he's still not. He didn't kill us, but he didn't help us either.
Right.
So it's a good thing. Yeah, he didn't hurt us. He didn't kill us. We didn't really turn the ball up, but he wasn't sustaining drives. I mean, we were 10 for 17 on third down, man. I mean, I'd have liked to have been 14 for 17 on third down. You know what I mean?
Right.
We could have been a little more efficient on third downs. We're still out here with these marginal passing numbers, man. Like we didn't even have 200 yards passing Saturday, and it's not gonna win very many big games in the SEC or outside of the conference either, as you can tell. So, yeah, Bo hurt me with that one, man. My question for you, what do you think about? I know we touched on it a little bit with the play calling, but what do you think? How do you think the coaching staff as a whole? How do you think they looked in their first big test on the road? A top 10 opponent who's ranked, who after beating us moved all the way up to number 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they were number 10. Now they beat the Auburn team. Now they number 6. You know, they right outside the top 5. Now it's barely in the top 10. Now they right outside the top 5. So beating a top 10, facing a top 10 opponent on the road, first major test for a new coaching staff. What kind of grades you passing out for them?
This is a good one. If I was to give them a grade, just from the performance on Saturday.
That's it.
Yeah, on Saturday, I would probably give them it would probably be a C. Just because the play calling was not good, but the reason I get them a C is because they did, when they did get down, they didn't allow the game to get out of hand. And I appreciate that because we've had the previous coaching staff, as soon as that fumble would have happened in the first half, that game would have got out of hand. There would have been no try to fight. So I will give them that as far as, making sure that they were still in the game, making sure that, we're not just going to go down, and just lay down for y'all. We're going to go out here fighting. I'll get them, that, so I'll get them a C. But the play calling, it just has to improve. And I think for their first time in an environment like that, their first big road test, outside of the SEC, but on a national stage, I think it's okay, but we all know it could have been much better. Just looking at, the game. I wouldn't say, and then also I wouldn't say that Auburn didn't come prepared. I think it was just horrible play calling because the team overall, they looked like they were, they were prepared for the moment. And another thing, the environment they were at, Happy Valley, they didn't seem like they were so fazed by it. It was just
the moment didn't seem too big for us as a whole. Didn't seem too big for us as a staff. Like I said, we made some questionable calls. It was some questionable calls out there, man. That played the Kobe Hudson on 4th and goal instead of just kicking the field goal. That played to open the half. I wasn't too thrilled about that, but like I said, it was. I think I'm along the lines of I'm with you. You give him a C. I probably give him a maybe a B minus, C plus, somewhere up in there because I was impressed. I was impressed with our offensive line. Coach Will Friend is paying dividends already. I was impressed with the running game. I was impressed with the run defense. Was not so happy with our secondary. Was not so happy with our quarterback play. So with that'll put us in the B minus, C plus range. So I'm with you, man. I think we were in the game the whole time, which is nothing. You can't ask for much more. We're gonna build on it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how we build on it. Let's take care of business at home against Georgia State and show me what you made of October 2nd. That's all I need to see what we made of. Like the rest of the season. After Georgia State, we're gonna it's time to see what this staff and these boys are made of. Man, we gotta go to Death Valley, come back home. I mean, there's no breaks, bro. We go to Death Valley, then we come back home. We've got the best defense in the nation. Come banging on our door. And then after we play them, we got to go to Arkansas, which ain't never been an easy place for Auburn to play.
And Arkansas has
always been a tough opponent for Auburn, whether at home or on the road, because it always seems to be an 11 o'clock game. And every time we play them boys at 11 o'clock, somehow they find a way to whoop our ass. I never forget that day Fred Talley probably ran for 4,000 yards against Auburn one Saturday. Oh my God! We go to Arkansas and it was raining sideways one Saturday, and we lost. Man, Arkansas is a sneaky, and they are turning in. Texas A&M was going to have their hands full with them this weekend. Then after that, we take a break and then we come back. We got Ole Miss at home and that offense, and then we got. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, we got to go to A&M, and Jimbo's always well prepared. We'll catch a break. I say we catch a break with getting South Carolina at home, but hell, we went up there last year and left. No, we gotta go back. We gotta go back up there. So that's the scene of the crime that got Gus fired last year was the South Carolina game. And if we'd have had anybody else at quarterback, Bo wouldn't have been. We'd have took Bo out too. I don't think we had nobody else really to put in because by that time Gatewood was gone and Malik Willis was at Liberty looking like a superstar with a real coach.
Man.
And then we finished the season off with Bama. So I hope we took those bumps in the road from the coaching staff Saturday and take it and build on it, learn from it, and move forward, man. So 4th down, what you got for me, Court?
Man, last one. You're a ref, Tony, so I gotta ask. What's just tell me about the officiating.
That bullshit ass my language. But that bullshit pass interference at the end of the game really boy, that was horrible.
Horrible.
That was horrible. That was horrible. It was awful, man. I was so upset with that pass interference call, man. That sealed the game right there. That did it for us. We were
Then
done
that's a
after
goal.
that.
That's a Kobe McCain
As the
call.
Kobe McClain play was horrible. This man turns his shoulder, hits with the shoulder pad to prevent an active runner from stretching across the goal line. Come on, man. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that, man. It was bad officiating on my. It was a well officiated game, but they were just like we made some calls that were questionable and were left a lot to be desired. The refs did the same.
Right. Let's
So,
not forget,
hey,
and then let's not
nobody's
forget
perfect.
that they. Let's not forget, that they gave, they gave them. They made them put the ball on third down, and it wasn't even fourth down.
I take that. I
take it,
but about that.
But it was
somebody gonna be coughing up some money. Monday morning, I guarantee you, somebody knew they was gonna have to give up some money. But I know after that game, they were sitting in there, man, I can. How y'all let us do that? It was everybody's fault. Everybody involved, everybody's fault. So all the refs gonna take the blame, but the white hat, he in charge, he gonna get the blame. Everybody messed that one up.
Yeah, it was just a bad officiating all across the board.
Man. So, that for us, Penn State, man, I feel like we let it go, an opportunity to get away. We should have won. Hopefully, we learn from it and try to turn that pain into positive and put together another blowout win against a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Coming up this Saturday. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? One thing about it, boy, at the beginning of the season, we're going to get them home fans a treat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, we back at home, got Georgia State. Hopefully it'll be a, 50, 50 to nothing, 60 to nothing, win for Auburn, but hopefully we'll regroup. And then, of course, we don't want to look too far down the road, but we know we got LSU right after them. We got to go back to the family.
Got them Bengal booty Tigers coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Georgia State, who I didn't disrespect the folks so much. I keep calling them Georgia Southern.
But, yeah, you'd have called them Georgia Southern about 4 or 5 times.
I done called them Georgia Southern. I keep calling them Georgia Southern. Well, my apologies to Georgia State, but we're gonna treat y'all like we treated the rest of the nobodies. I want to see 40. I want to see 50, 60 points on the board.
Right.
I need Bo to bounce back and look really, really sharp. I need him to be, because he was really sharp against Akron, and he wasn't as sharp against Alabama State, and it kind of looked like he might have carried over to the Penn State game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So in that aspect, I'm gonna need Bo to have great practices leading up to the LSU. I need him to have a great game against Georgia State, so maybe that his momentum would, trickle into the LSU game. I hope these guys take a lot from what we did at Penn State, because we did do a lot of good.
Right.
And I need them to apply that same energy and that same process to the LSU game. Tighten up the play calling a little bit. Put the ball in the best players' hands, and it seems like our best two players seem to be number 4,
number 20,
Hank Beardsley, and number 27, Jacquez Hunter. Put the ball in their hands. Give them the ball. We got to get Demetrius Robertson. We got to get the boy the ball more down the field. I understand he's great with the ball in his hand, but I don't like those little screens. He gets too many screens. I want to see him. I want to see him down the field. Bo missed him. He was open Saturday against Penn State. Bo kind of missed him outside and he kind of threw it out of bounds. He was wide open for a touchdown. If Bo hits that, it could be a different game. But I want to see Demetrius Robinson more involved downfield. Javaris Johnson really wasn't involved in the passing game this past week. Don't really like that. Want to see him back involved. I don't know if it's more of the play calling or more of the execution of the play calls from Bo. But I'm gonna need excuse me. But I'm gonna need Bo and Bobo to get that together.
Mm-hmm.
Passing game didn't look like I thought it would look. So we got practice all week this week. We got a game Saturday and the practice next week. So we got about 2 weeks to get that passing game where it needs to be. Another, I'm gonna be honest now. They need to go and start getting ready. Who they gonna get ready? Because if Bo do that shit again at LSU,
woo.
I done seen what it looked like playing against Georgia with no quarterback.
Yeah.
I done seen that. I remember we had Sean White at quarterback and couldn't do nothing. We had Georgia beat if we could have just had any kind of offense, and we couldn't do nothing in the passing game. And so I don't want to go back to that. Bo really, that Georgia State, I ain't really worried about Georgia State. I want him to look really, really good against Georgia State. But that LSU game is gonna tell a lot, man. Bo got to get ready because it ain't after Georgia State, bro. It ain't no more breaks. It ain't no more breaks. Everything we play from after that is SEC football. We got to go to LSU. Which, if you didn't know nothing else about LSU, if you don't know one player or anything, that home field is 3 points by itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 3-point game in their favor just because they playing at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Georgia. You already know the monster they are. Arkansas is getting better and better every week. Ole Miss is an offensive juggernaut. Texas A&M is a well-oiled machine.
He might get one. Mississippi State might be the
Mississippi State, man. They're going to throw the ball so goddamn much. Mississippi State and South Carolina, you can kind of catch you a break with them too, especially with Mississippi State being at home. But you got to go to South Carolina. We thought that was an easy win last year. I think that we were the only team they beat last year, maybe.
Yeah.
Like they only beat us. So that's on, on Bo's resume. So Bo got a lot to clean up. I know we keep saying Bo, we keep putting it on Bo. But you know what I'm saying? You start with the head of the snake, you know what I mean? You cut the head, the body will follow. Bo the quarterback, he the first one that touches the ball. Besides the center, the center, Nick Brom and Bo touch the ball every play, no matter what the play is. Those two are going to have the ball in their hand. And so it's imperative, man, because like I said with the Penn State game, offensive line gave up 0 sacks. They opened up plenty enough run holes for the run game.
Right.
We didn't have a lot of drops. So you can't say, they dropped. We didn't have a lot of drops. So if the defense can shut down the run and clean up some of that passing, some of that tight end situation, we need to get on Smoke Monday's ass. If not, bring some of them young boys in. Smoke Monday either need to get it together or get the outside linebacker, one of the two.
Right.
I ain't got time for that. So I'm just George, man. I'm just looking to keep flexing our muscles against Georgia State. Schenker looked good. Schenker. My boy John Samuel Schenker.
I forgot about Schenker. Yeah,
Schenker
looked good.
Thing, boy. I see you, Shank. My boy Shank, dog. That boy was out there catching that thing, boy.
Shank looked good.
Shank looked real good, man. So I'm impressed, man. I like what I see from my tight ends, man, and our receivers. I feel like they get better every week. Everybody's progressing, man. Bo got to come on with it. You got Bo, you got to show or go. One of the two. It's time to show or go. It's time to show or Bo got to show or go. We're going to be dialing
up TJ Finley.
Shit, man, hey, I might want to see about what Demetri talking about. Shit. I might want to see. The future is now. Let's put but hey, we can see what TJ talking about too. But man, all right, Georgia Southern coming up, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Georgia State, Toney. Georgia State.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. We playing somebody from Georgia that ain't the Bulldogs.
They ain't the Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia State, Georgia Southern, Georgia's Military College, Georgia Tech, Georgia Institute of
Morehouse, go.
Morehouse, Moore Brown, Atlanta. Albany State, somebody. Savannah, we playing somebody.
Columbus State, dog.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Hardaway. We playing somebody in Georgia. Oh, no. Georgia State. The state of Georgia. We're going to whoop them, boys. We're going to whoop them pretty good. Don't see it being no problem. You know, fans, if you want to get to a game, this will be a good weekend to take your kids to the game. Because them tickets after this week going to be sky high.
And it's homecoming this week.
Oh, yeah. This would be a perfect week to go. Everybody needs to go
it's homecoming.
Weekend, man. Go out there, take your kids, have fun, homecoming week. We're going to put up a bunch of points. We're going to show out. And really, we just, we focused in. I'm really focused in on the preview show for the preview review show for next week. I'm ready to get to LSU, baby.
Right. Take us to Death Valley.
Right. And if y'all noticed on our Instagram and our Twitter, we didn't have no players of the game, players of the week this week. When you lose, nobody deserves it. Nobody stands out in a loss.
Right.
As Jay-Z said, nobody wins when the family feuds. There's no
player. Come on with the Jay-Z. Come on with the Jay-Z verse.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody. We
don't own the right. We don't own the right to that.
That's right. But nobody wins when the Tigers lose. So
right.
Ain't no passing out no player of the game, and we just lost.
We followed Coach Harsin.
That's right. Shout out to Coach. Attitude reflect leadership. You know what I'm saying? That leadership just trickle on down to the CNT Talking Tiger. We with you, Coach. We with
sir. You. Yeah, we with you all the way.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man.
Same, man.
That's what we did, what we should have did. We lost. I was impressed with our run defense. We need to tighten up on that back end. And we need to tighten up at quarterback. We need to not be so razzle-dazzle with the play call. We don't need that razzle-dazzle, man. Let's just line up and smash these boys, man, and play sound fundamental football. Georgia State, we're going to put our foot off in y'all tail this weekend. We're going to put on for the crowd. It's homecoming. We're going to have a good time for the people. And we get ready to go to goddamn Death Valley, baby. We just get ready to go to Death Valley, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With that being said, hey, we thank y'all for listening. CNT Talking Tigers. We'll be back next week previewing the LSU game as we enter Death Valley. Coach Harsin, first trip to Death Valley.
And reviewing Georgia Southern State Junior College.
Yeah, and reviewing some school in Georgia. That ain't the Bulldogs.
That ain't the Bulldog. We know which Georgia it ain't.
Yeah. We got them on the schedule too. So
we got them coming too. We're trying to whoop everything in Georgia this year. Shit, where the Falcons at? I'd rather play the Falcons than the Georgia Bulldogs. Can we swap the Georgia Bulldogs for the Atlanta Falcons? I'd be much more comfortable with our chances at home against them than I would Jordan Davis and them boys. I'm gonna be honest with you. They ain't got Julio no more neither. Shit, we can try. We can beat them.
And Matt Ryan. Flimsy right now.
he on his last leg. They need to be getting ready to get them a quarterback in Atlanta.
Quarterback. They about to be in the draft.
I know a quarterback that used to wear these colors that they ain't working right now.
You know,
he probably lives kind of close to Mercedes. He's probably real familiar with the area around the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
His nickname's out the superhero.
Yeah, man. He can add a lot of excitement, a lot of flair to that Atlanta Falcons offense. So they need to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't gonna call no names, but the GOAT. The GOAT. You know,
what number?
The best thing.
What number?
The baddest man ever come through the plains. Woo. That not named Bo Jackson. No disrespect to Bo. Everybody know Bo the man, but I'm saying outside of Bo Jackson, the baddest man that ever walked through them plains, through Lee County, was one Cameron Jarrell Newton.
Number one.
Better believe y'all better call him. But hey, that's it, man. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Yes. And War Eagle.
Damn Eagle. You see it.
There it is. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.